In this video, I'm going to give you 10 ChatGPT prompts to learn any language easily. We all know that talking with native speakers is the key to mastering a language. However, finding them can be challenging and it might feel awkward if you're just starting out. Well, ChatGPT's new voice feature changes everything. Now accessible to all free users, this feature is like having a native speaker available to you 24/7, absolutely free. And ChatGPT can speak over 16 languages, including Klingon and Dothraki. So let's dive in and I'll show you how to get the most out of this incredible new language learning tool. Let's get started with our first prompt, which is Bilingual Dialogue. So to get access to ChatGPT Voice, just open the app, click on the headphones icon in the bottom corner, and it'll open up like this. So I would like you to help me practice my conversational Spanish. So you speak in Spanish and I will respond in English only. And let's maintain a conversation like this. Okay, let's get started.
Claro, podemos practicar así. ¿Cómo ha sido tu día?
My day has been pretty good. How about you?
Me alegra escuchar eso. Mi día ha sido interesante hablando con muchas personas. ¿Qué planes tienes para este fin de semana?
This weekend, I plan to go to a birthday party.
Qué divertido.
So I think you get the idea there. Also on screen now, you can see that there's a transcript of the conversation that we just had. But that type of bilingual conversation is actually how most people start learning a language. It doesn't put pressure on you to actually speak, but it practices you actually listening like that. And this is a great way and first exercise to do. Now let's look at our second use case, which is slang translation. And a good tip here is to hold your finger down on the white circle when you're talking so ChatGPT won't interrupt you, which it seems to love to do. So, hello, I'm currently in Portugal and people keep saying pa at the beginning or at the end of sentences. It's some sort of slang or filler word. Can you help me understand what it means?
Sure, I can explain that. In Portuguese, pa is a colloquial slang word that's often used as a filler or intensifier. It's similar to saying like or you know in English. People use it to emphasize a point or add a casual tone to their speech. For example, if someone says, estava muito calor, pa, it means it was really hot. You know, it's quite common in informal conversations.
Okay, thank you. So that's a great use case. It's personally helped me out a lot when I'm traveling out and about. So give that one a go as well. So what if you absolutely know nothing about a language and you're starting from zero? Well, our third use case now is to learn the basic greetings. And a good tip here is to maybe just go into normal ChatGPT and ask for, say, the basic greetings in Korean, for example, with pronunciation tips. So I'm going to try and learn how to say hello now. So what I can do is open up my ChatGPT voice. Hi, I'm trying to learn some basic greetings in Korean. So can you help me to say hello and some pronunciation tips for it?
To say hello in Korean, you can use the word 안녕하세요. It's like saying 안녕 and then adding 하세요 at the end. Just remember to say it with a friendly tone and you'll do great.
So I'll try that now. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. So I'll ask maybe just learn goodbye as well. Okay, I'd like to learn how to say goodbye now in Korean.
Certainly. To say goodbye in Korean, you can use the word 안녕히 가세요. It's similar to 안녕하세요 for hello, but with 안녕히 가세요, you're wishing someone to go well. Practice it and you'll get the hang of it. Anything else you'd like to learn or any more pronunciation tips?
Actually, is there a shorter way to say goodbye, a more casual?
Yes, for a shorter and more casual way to say goodbye in Korean, you can simply say 안녕. It's less formal than 안녕히 가세요 and works well with friends or in informal settings. Feel free to give it a try. If you have any more questions or need further help, just let me know.
Okay, so that's a good tip because that's quite a long way to say goodbye, but I'll give it a go. 안녕 히가세요 or 안녕. Okay, so I'm getting good at Korean already. Give it a go. Now, our fourth use case is conversation and correction. And this might be the most valuable prompt of all, because when you're speaking to native speakers, they often will not correct you when you make mistakes because they think it's rude or it just interrupts the conversation too much. Well, luckily, ChatGPT is here to help. So what we'll do is I'll open this up. I am a beginner learning English. Let's have a conversation. Please ask me questions and correct me every time I make a mistake and give me the opportunity to try the sentence again.
Great. Let's start with a simple question. What is your favorite hobby?
I like surf.
Almost perfect. You should say, I like surfing. Can you try that sentence again?
I like surfing.
That's perfect. Surfing sounds exciting. What do you enjoy most about surfing?
I feel good water.
You're close. A better way to say it is, I feel good in the water. Could you try that?
I feel good in the water.
Exactly right. Being in the water can be really refreshing. How often do you go surfing?
I surf once every time.
I see what you're trying to say. You can phrase it as, I surf once a week or I surf every weekend.
So I think you get the idea there, but personally, I think that's incredibly valuable. To be corrected like that is necessary, but it's often awkward to ask people to do it. And even if you ask them, they often forget. So that's number 4, conversation and correction. Our fifth use case is a vocabulary quiz. And let's try this one in Italian. I don't really speak any Italian, but let's do a vocabulary quiz. You say an Italian word and I'll try and guess its meaning in English. Maybe let's start with some basic words and then we can move on to some harder ones.
Sure, let's get started. Here's the first word, casa. What do you think it means in English?
House.
That's correct. Casa does mean house in English. Great job. Let's try another one. How about cane? What's the English translation?
Cane? I have no idea.
No worries. Cane translates to dog in English. It's okay to not know every word. Let's try one more for now. How about libro? What's the English translation?
Book.
Excellent. Libro indeed means book in English. You're getting the hang of it. If you'd like to continue or have any other questions, feel free to let me know.
Give me one more difficult word.
Of course. Here's a more challenging one. Sottomarino. Can you guess what it means in English?
Can you say it one more time?
Certainly. The word is sottomarino. What's the English translation?
Something to do with the sea?
You're on the right track. Sottomarino means submarine in English. Well done. If you'd like to continue with more words or have any other questions, just let me know.
Okay. So I think that's a pretty fun way to learn a language. I certainly found that engaging, and I think I learned a couple of new words in Italian very quickly. Now, if you're just a beginner, our 6 use case is really going to help you out, and this is for basic sentence translation. So we can just open this up. And how do I say in Spanish, would you like to go to the beach with me?
In Spanish, you can say, ¿Te gustaría ir a la playa?
Okay, and then if I exit out of it, you can see that I have the text here on my phone, Te gustaría ir a la playa. You could show that to somebody if you can't quite say it and get the pronunciation right. You could ask somebody to speak into this, and then it will translate it to English. And so this is just an incredible translator app that's right in your pocket. It's so accessible in the ChatGPT app, and it's absolutely free. So don't forget that you have an incredible language translation tool right here, and it can translate in over 60 languages in spoken form, but actually it's more like almost all the languages in written form. So this is a great tool. Don't forget that for basic sentence translation, you have everything you need right in ChatGPT. The 7th use case is also one of my favorites, and that's role-playing conversations. So I'll do this one in English, but you can basically do it in any language. So let's practice conversational English by simulating a real-life scenario like ordering food at a restaurant. So you initiate the conversation using only English.
Sure, let's practice ordering food at a restaurant in English. I'll start the conversation. Hello, welcome to our restaurant. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, do you have a table for 4 people?
Great. A table for 4. Right this way, please. Here's your table. Here are the menus. Please take a moment to browse and let me know when you're ready to order.
Okay, I'm ready to order now.
Sure. What would you like to order for appetizers? We have options like salads, soups, and some delicious appetizers like mozzarella sticks and chicken wings.
Oh, mozzarella sticks sound good.
Excellent choice. Mozzarella sticks it is for appetizers. And for the main course, what would you like to have?
So I think you get the idea there, but you can basically change the language, you can change the scenario, and then put yourself into any scenario that you think you're going to be in. Practice that numerous times. You could even be practicing an interview. Say if you're not a native English speaker or German speaker, but you want to practice in that language, you could just say, I want to simulate this interview for this type of role. Use the language from that role and the jargon so that I can really get a full test of what I'm doing. So many options for role playing conversations. And that's going to make it much less awkward then when you actually get into those situations. You feel like you've already practiced them and you'll be a lot better in speaking that language. Now we're getting towards the end here, but our 8th use case is learning idioms, and idioms are really what make you sound like a native speaker or a very advanced speaker. In English here, for example, it's things like break a leg, things cost an arm and a leg, break the ice. It's not obvious what those things mean, so often you need help understanding. So we'll open up here. So can you teach me an idiom in English and show me how to use it in a sentence?
Of course, here's an idiom: bite the bullet. It means to face a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage and determination. For example, if you have to give a presentation even though you're nervous, you could say, I have to bite the bullet and give this speech.
So is this correct to say I need to bite the bullet and get my tax return done?
Yes, that's correct. Saying, I need to bite the bullet and get my tax return done means you're acknowledging that doing your tax return might be challenging or unpleasant, but you're determined to do it anyway. Well done.
So there you go, learning idioms. Now a lot easier with ChatGPT voice. Now our 9th use case is for oral exams. And if you're in school and you're taking your exams for the languages you're studying, you're going to do an oral exam. So what we can do is just ask ChatGPT to help us with that. So let's do a 15-minute oral exam for intermediate Spanish. So you can start the questions and just keep asking me questions until we hit 15 minutes.
Of course. Let's get started with your Spanish oral exam. I'll ask you questions and you can respond. Here's the first one. ¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name?
So that's really it. I won't show you all the way through my terrible Spanish, but that's how you'd really do it. Maybe actually set a timer, but you can just keep going like that. And remember to hold down on the white button so it doesn't interrupt you, because if you're doing longer pieces of conversation like that, it might interrupt you. So that's number 9. Great practice for oral exams. Now, our 10th use case for ChatGPT Voice is to create a listening comprehension test. And if you're studying a language in a more formal way, this is an incredible prompt. So I'll do it in English, but you can just replace it for whatever language you want to learn. So here we go. So please write a passage in beginner's English that would take 30 seconds to read out, perhaps a news announcement, read it out, and then at the end ask 3 questions about it to test my understanding. Then read out the passage and repeat the 3 questions a second time. So what you'll need to do now is get your pen and take notes as you're listening.
Here's a news announcement in beginner's English. Good day. Today we have exciting news to share. A new park will open in our town next month. This park will have swings, slides, and a big green field. Families can have picnics and kids can play on the equipment. It's going to be a fun place for everyone. Now, here are 3 questions to test your understanding. 1, when will the new park open? 2, what can you find in the park? 3, who can enjoy the park? Now, I'll read the passage one more time and then repeat the questions. Good day. Today, we have exciting news to share. A new park will open in our town next month. This park will have swings, slides, and a big green field. Families can have picnics and kids can play on the equipment. It's going to be a fun place for everyone. Now, here are 3 questions to test your understanding. 1, when will the new park open? 2, what can you find in the park? 3, who can enjoy the park?
So, even for me as a native speaker, that's not that easy, or not that easy. So, I got next month it's opening, swing slides in a green field, and it's suitable for families. But I think that is a very good way to test your understanding. And obviously, you could make it maybe more advanced or not a news announcement. It could be about different things, or it could be a specific news announcement. But I personally think that is one of the best ways to test your understanding and really to learn a language very, very quickly. Those are the 10 ChatGPT prompts to learn any language easily. So I'll put these all in the description so you can just use them for yourself. So give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe. And if you want to learn more about ChatGPT use cases, tips, best examples, prompts, join our ChatGPT Insiders community. The link for that will be in the description as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.